love naan bread, and this is why I'm going to show you how to make it. I'm going to put on this hat even though it looks stupid on me. So first steps first, we're going to need to take this bowl and we're going to need to put 350 grams of flour, plain flour. So pour it here, try and get every little piece, and then 1 teaspoon of salt. It's already done for me, so you just need to pour it. And now we have 2 teaspoons of yeast, which is also already done for me. And now 2 tablespoons of olive oil is also done for me. Here it is, and you pour it in right over here. Now you've done all of it. You're going to have to mix it around with a little fork. Try and mix it really nicely. Do this for a while. Until it gets a little harder for it to be more eatable or stuff like that. A little harder for it to be a little moist. If there's a little flour that goes on the ground, do not worry. So you need to put a little bit of water as well. Once it's done, try and pour a nice amount of water, which is around this cup, like a little small cup, the size of this. And now you start mixing it even more till it's nice and beatable, and it's a little hard for it to go around. It's going to become like little dough. So do this until you don't see any bubbles and it's not very liquidy. So I'm going to carry on. It's starting to be, you will not see any flour once it's done. And try and hold it, when it gets harder, try and hold it very tightly. You shouldn't see any flour. Try and get some off the edge. If your fork has some dough on it, don't worry. You shouldn't see any flour, so try and take some out of here, and you wouldn't see any flour. Okay. Once that is, put a little sprinkle of flour to get started. I have a little bit on here, and try pouring it on here, and try to get every little bit. If you see a little bit of flour, it will be less. Now that is done, put your plate away, try and get off the fork, and then put your fork aside inside your bowl, and then try to make it nice and smooth. Try and put some flour around your little ball of dough, so it doesn't stick, because you're going to have to move it around until it's easier to move. So this is my favourite part, because it's so smooth once you put it under dough. So just a little dough, put it on top a little bit, so it's easier. And this is my favourite part, because they're so soft. And you're going to have to try and move it around quite a lot. And don't worry if it starts to get stick to the ground, just because just put some flour on it and it'll go off easy. Try and be very gentle, because it can be broken up. So try and be very gentle. Try not to put too much flour, but enough for it to stick off the ground. So if you see like this, just use your finger and put it on. Don't worry, put it on top. And then try and move it around. Try and move around with both hands. Try and stroke it. That's my best thing to say. Just stroke it. Just if your hand's a little bit, just dip in some flour so it'll be less sticky and you won't stick to the other bit, and then it'll be easier. It's going to be like 10 ticks. And just take it apart. Take it apart, put some flour. You're good to go. So do this for quite a while. I'll do this for quite a while until you'll be able to move it around. Okay, so now we've done this, now we have to like play around with it. So use this part of your palms to like push down with it, and then roll it over, and then do it several times until it gets really nice and smooth. So once you've done that several times, it should get starting to get smooth. If it's not, don't worry, it will. If it gets a little sticky, do not worry. Just put a little bit more flour. Just a little bit more flour on the area as well. And then you should be fine. And just carry on until it's very smooth and you have lots more area to cover. So this is just the first part. So start doing that. Try not to get like little gaps. Try and make it all into one little ball. Try not make it like little separated gaps. Okay, so it looks pretty good now. If yours looks like this, so it should be good. So now what you're gonna have to do is you'll have to gently put it in the bowl, and then get a little cloth and put it over, and then wait for 30 minutes. Ooh, that was a tough one. Not many people can do that in under 5 minutes. Okay, the moment of truth of what it looks like. Yeah. What? That is beautiful. So soft. So soft. Just look at that. That is what you want to eat. I don't think even anyone wants to eat it. It's so beautiful, you just want to leave it there. Okay, I'm going to tell you how you can do it, just to catch up. Okay, so I took a little bowl like this, and then I put 350 grams of flour, then 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of yeast, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Then I mixed it around with water, which is about a cup like this, a normal small cup. Then I mixed it until it's very hard to mix, and then it was almost a solid, liquid solid, and then I poured it onto here, and then I started putting some flour on top and around, and then I started stroking it like a cat. Stroke, 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 and then when it started to do that and it was able to roll around on its own, that means it was good. Like roll, 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 and then I put it in this bowl and then waited for 30 minutes. Now let's do the big parts. Okay, so let's take it out. First don't forget to put flour, because that's the most important thing, or you're going to have to do the whole thing again, which is not going to be good. So you put some around, try and put a lot, because you're going to need, you can't really pick it back up if you want to. Okay, so now I'll take a small spoon. You can use anything, fork, tablespoon. I'll use a spoon because it's much more easier for me. So you tilt it over and try and grab all of it, just like that, and try and pour it over. Try and pour it over. Try and get every single bit. You're going to have to scrape it a little bit. But try and get it. I'm almost gone. Yeah, it's almost done. Yeah. Come on. Almost there. You almost got it. Yeah, almost. Come on, so close. Okay, try and get everything. Oh, here's a lot. Try and get everything. But this is what you're going to eat. You're not going to eat much if you don't get everything. Yeah. Okay. That's about a lot. Let's just take the edge. Okay. So that is very nice. That was very nice. If you try and touch it, it's soft. It's not that sticky, which is good. And now we're going to have to try and get in some flour so it doesn't stick for 100%, and then just do the same routine. Just do this, try and get some more flour if you want, for it to 100% and just do this. Use your palms. Use your palms and then roll it over just like this. And carry on doing that for a little bit until it gets nice and smooth. And try and not get any gaps like this, because that is bad because it's too dry. So try and like get into a wet path and try not to get too dry and go pretty hard on it. It's not a baby anymore, it's now a full adult. So go pretty hard on it, not too hard that it'll break, because it still breaks like a bone. So that looks pretty good. As you can see, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to need a knife. Oh, there it is. By the power of editing, I got myself a knife. So you're going to have to cut it in half, because you want to use it tomorrow or you want to eat it later. So you're going to have to try and cut it as good as half. It's not murdering, because it is yeast, but it's not murdering. Just to tell you. Okay, so you've got one half. So try and pick any half. You can put any half. And then I'll just take this. And then I'll put the little ball, I choose this one, and I'll put it around in this wrap, cling film, and then I'll put it away. I'll put it in the bowl, so next time I can eat it. Okay, we're going to focus on this one. This is the one we're going to eat today, or if you can sanitize it tomorrow, but right now we're going to eat it right now. So we're going to try and cut it into little bits. So you could do it in a half or in thirds or as many, but it'll depend. If you do it like fourths, it'll be very small. So I'm going to cut it in half for now. And then once you've done that, try and make it into a nice little ball, both of it. And if you want to make more, you can cut it in half again, which I'm going to do. Try not to cut your fingers, just safety reasons. And okay, try and make it into a little ball, nice little ball. And same here, try not to let it stick. So put some flour on that, and this part you cut. And do the other one to cut it again. And this is 100% safe, if you, apart from the cutting part, it is 100% safe. Now I'm going to get a piece of paper from here, which I got this, which is really cool. It can turn around. Whee! It's actually a Chinese thing, so if you want to have like sauce at the end, you can turn it around like this. So, okay, so once you've done all of this, we got 4 nice little doughs. So we're going to use for the bread. It might seem small, but it's going to turn very big. Trust me. So we're going to have to clean up a station a little bit. Put some flour aside if you put a lot. Put this over here or on the side, and then put 2 on the side over here, or like. And pick one. I picked this one. We're going to use this rolling pin. Then we're going to start rolling it as usual, as you'll make naan bread. You'll make naan bread. You need to make. Try and turn it around. You can't turn around. Don't turn around. Turn the bread around. You turn it around like this, so the other side can get lots of flour, and then try and spread out a lot. Try and spread out a lot so you can get. Try and move it here, so you can get much more space, because you have the whole tray. The whole tray. Try and move it around much more. Try and stretch. That's the whole point. Stretch it far and wide. Once you've done that, turn it around, because you don't want the other side to get too dry from the flour. And then once you think the flour is gone, just put some more flour, and then put it back gently. And then if you see some finger marks from you holding, do not worry, just roll it up. Or if there's any breaking stuff, if they're like a little hole, just try and pinch with your finger, or just try and roll it on it. It will just patch up. So once it gets too big, you can start a little bit moving around. But right now that is not going to happen, because we can still move it around. So try and make it as a millimetre long on a ruler, if you have a ruler. I'll try and make it a millimetre long, so that's how thin it has to be. a millimeter, so you can get a nice long thread. If you have like bits like this, don't worry, it will soak up after you cook it. So let's do that, like that, like that. Try and soak it up a lot. If it's like that, use your other hands. Try and make it. This is a good shape, but I would say make it. If you see it's a little too thick, try and turn it around. Try and go to edges, like to the top edge, and then go down. Then you'll have more stretching space. More stretching space. I think this is a good space. I think this is good. So now I have this roller, which is right over here. Then I'll put it on the page. Hopefully it will. This is what it looks like, and then I'm going to put another one on top of it so it can cool down. Then I'm going to pick another one. I picked this one. So now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to roll it, roll it, roll it. Try and stretch it out. Try and stretch it out, and then try and make it like Africa, look like Africa. Then make it into a circle-ish. I would say try and make it look like Africa. Try and make it look like Africa a little bit, and then you can make. Oh, it's a little sticky, so put some flour on it. All the other side is not good. Okay, so let's do it like here, right here. If it's accidentally stuck one side, don't worry, just roll over it. It's going to have much more space when it rolls. Don't make it too dry, don't make it too not dry. Try and make it very wet, so you can have a nice taste. You can have a nice burning taste, or like a dry taste, so it's not too wet. That will flop on the floor like jelly or something. So I'm trying to make it look like Africa. Then you see it kind of resembles like Africa a little bit, and then I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. Once I did, try and make it as big as you can. I think that's a good size. Do you think? Tell me. Alright, so I'm going to try and fit it on here, on these baking paper, and put it on top of it again. You don't have to use it the exact way, but this is a method that I use sometimes. So now I'm going to do it again, try and make it look like Africa. Just put some flour. This is going to be tasty, I know this. So this flour, I wouldn't recommend doing it very quickly like me. I've just done this for a very long time, so I know. So I would say I'll try and take your time and press it. Don't push too hard because it might break a little bit. But try to stretch it out. If it goes a little bit like that, there's a little line. Don't worry, just put your finger on it, dab it, or just roll it. I put my finger on it. I put a finger on it. Move it around. Oh, that's too dry. But it'll burn by the flames on the oven. That looks good. Okay, the bottom part doesn't. It needs to be thin. Okay, this looks really good. Okay, let's quickly. Don't make it too thin. So I wouldn't recommend doing it too thin because it might be a little holes when you cook it. But don't make it too thick because it'll be very small. Okay, so let's put another one. I always forget this sometimes when I roll it to put more flour from the last one, but somehow it works out. Somehow I catch myself doing it. When you touch it, this is my second favourite part because it's very smooth. When you touch it, just like this. Yes! Yeah, boy. So it touches it. You can see it's very perfect. You can like push it down a little bit if it doesn't want to go anymore. You can do this a little bit to make it a little bigger. Or you can just carry on rolling. I just carry on rolling because it's much more fun. But it's another way that if it doesn't want to go down anymore, you can do that. You can do that. It's kind of it's like doing pizza, but not doing a pizza, it's naan bread. So try and make it all nice and smooth, look like Africa. You can see the resemblance kind of, not really. It looks like a and a dinosaur head. If you look through here, looks like a dinosaur head, kind of, or like a big fat sausage. But I think that looks good. Let me just do the edges. Yeah, I think that looks good. Now I'm just going to have to put another toasting tray on it, and then I think we've done this part. Okay, so if you want to have more of a taste, you can have A, mint, which is the orange one, and B, which is thyme, which is the purple one. So for now, I'm going to do one side mint and another side thyme. So I'm going to put some mint on it from outside. I got a balcony, so we can go from there and put some thyme on it. You then, after you do some thyme on it, you put some thyme. You can start rolling it a little bit for it to be stuck a little bit more, or just push down on it a little bit. Just push down on it, or you can do it at the start where it's in a ball. When it's a ball, push down on it and start rolling, and just a little bit more on the side. Put some pressure on it. Put some pressure on it. Then you get stuck. Now it's all done. I would say just turn it in half and then start rolling it, and then it will like stick really properly. So be careful and just do this, and just do the whole process again, just rolling it up, and it'll be in the middle. So when it cooks, you'll get the taste and you'll see it. So try. It'll be a little bit smaller. As I said, you can do it when it's a little ball. You can put it in and then just start rolling it with a the thing with the palms, the method that I showed you with the method. It'll be a small one, but it will have more taste. Like that. If you can use anything, you can use basil, or anything. You can use anything to taste. You can put like a little bit of strawberry essence, some lemon essence. That would be nice. Some orange essence. You can put lots of things in here to make a nice taste. Put some jam in the middle. Yeah, you can do lots. And now you got your mint and thyme naan bread. Hi, I'm back, but inside a kitchen. If you didn't notice. Well, you probably did. Anyway, so I'm going to start cooking it. If you don't think your child is safe, if you don't trust your child to use fire and stuff like that, you can cook it. Okay, so I would suggest putting the fire on the lowest level. You can check if it's hot enough to put your hand over it. See, if it's hot, that means it's good, it's ready to go for it to cook all your naan breads. And so, if this is a gas cooker, so this has different controls. But if it's electric, I'll say like to go lowest. So I'm going to start off with this one. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it here nicely. This is a little. Then I'm going to wait. Then I'm going to wait for it to sizzle up. There should be little, if there's little air bubbles or something like that, air bubbles, do not press down on it. You see they're starting to come air bubbles. Do not press down on it because the air bubbles are the best part. So wait for it. I have a spatula to flip it around, so if it gets too hot, you can check by opening it, but it's not ready. So you're going to have to wait because you can't really pick it up. If you try and move around a little bit so it doesn't get stuck in the same position. And now it looks ready, so let's try and flip it around. Okay, that looks beautiful. Now try and pull down a little bit, like press down a little bit. Don't press down on the air bubbles too much, just press down lightly. Don't like press down. This is a massive air bubble. I'll try and avoid that as much as I can. And then let's see how the bottom is doing. You can flip around quickly. Oh. If that part goes, do not worry, just save it. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's flip it back around and wait for it to sizzle, for it to be ready. It should take about 30 seconds for it. If to see if it's ready. So you can wait a little bit longer, and just a couple of seconds, then you can check. That's doing good. It's a little bit burned. Do not worry, it's not ruined if it's a little bit burned. If it's like a black bit, it's not ruined. It's a part of the process. So now let's just wait for the other part. Now I think we should flip it around again. Yeah, that's good. Very good. You're sizzling, buddy. Sizzling. Yeah, I can tell this is going to be tasty, especially the ones with the herbs. So let's check it out. It only takes a couple of seconds for it to be mostly ready. If you see smoke, do not worry. Do not worry at all. It's part of the process, as I said. There's a lot of things that you do not like on other foods that comes to this food, which is good. Then, flip. That probably happen like that. If you see a little crack, it is fine. The world will not end. Oh, there's a little hole, do not worry. Again, it is fine. Also fine. Then flip. Yeah, it takes only a couple of seconds. So I think this is good. We should lift it up. So there is a little tray right next to me. We should put it here, there's a tray. And let's take the next one. Okay, so we'll put this baking sheet out of the way a little bit. Keep it on. Let's take the other one. Okay. Good. Press down a little bit for it to be stuck to that. For the air pressure to come. Air pressure. If you accidentally press it there. Okay, let the air bubbles come in. You see couple 3, 4, 5, 6, and start pressing down on stuff so more air bubbles can come up and all the air will pop. It's so satisfying just looking at the air bubbles. It is really satisfying. This is why I like doing this. I like doing this because it's very satisfying. And you can do it you can literally do it any time of the day. Literally, you can do it any time of the day. I'll do this for millions of times. Because I love it. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Oh, it's a little off. Don't worry. Put it back in. It looks like it's already prepared, really. Okay, let's just wait for a little bit. Let's press down a little bit. Don't press down too hard. As I said, it will pop. Press down a little pop. I think that'll be enough pressing down for now. Ooh, it's hot. If you see any brown bits on there, you can wash it off. It's not like it's ruined. It's not like it's ruined. It's not burnt metal. It's just a nice spatula. I just love this spatula. It has decorations on the bottom. Okay, I think we should turn it around. Quick. And I think we should turn it around again. There's only a check. Down. Let's move this a little bit. There we go. If you feel it's a little hot, do not worry, it'll be fine. Oh, sizzling a little bit. We should check. Nah, I think you'll need a little bit more. I think need a little bit more because it needs to look just like this. It look just like this, like a whole new world, as the song goes. A whole new world. Okay, I think we need to move it, and voila! I'll show you the results at the end of the video, or thing. Okay, I've done a little bit of waiting. Press down a little bit harder, Now let's see. That is beautiful. Now let's just do the other one. Let's just press down. Now because it's getting in the stage, press down a little bit harder. When you see like it's starting to get cooked. Once you take it off, it's still cooking because it's still hot. Once it's cooled down, it is now stopped cooking. I know, the heat is still inside, so it keeps on cooking until it's the best. I'm going to take off my hat. I'm going to fix my hair and put it back on. Okay, now put on my hat. Now let's check. Oh. to grab it over, try and push down a little bit to get under, and try, and now I think it's done. Now let's do the last one, which is the herbs, the one that everyone's so excited about. Ooh, that looks pretty. It might have cooked the herbs, I don't know. It might have cooked the herbs. It just tastes nice. Just tastes nice. I tried it before. It is amazing. Okay, push down a little bit. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I did say shouldn't push down hard because it's building up the air in bubbles. Oh, you can see on the leaves. There's more bubbles on the leaves. There's more bubbles, like there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's a lot of bubbles when you have lots of herbs in it. Thyme and mint. I don't know how many people out there love thyme and mint. I just love mint tea. That's my favourite tea. Mint tea now. And thyme, I never heard of a thyme tea before. Now push down a little bit because it hasn't reached its stage yet to push down a lot. Not putting it. I'll wait. I'll see you. Just look at that beauty. Okay, I'm going to show you this mint one. Oh, just look at that. Just look at that. I feel like I'm Jamie Oliver. Just look at that, what's inside. Look at that. That is beauty. It's like a little burnt. We're burnt. Now, let's do a little taste review. Look at that. I'm showing this. Oh, God. I'm showing this because of coronavirus and you can't go outside. So this is one way to stay at home and go and be with your friends and family, and this is really fun to make, so you can do it with anybody and you'll have fun. It's a way of spending time for the day. So I hope this helped you. Bye.